Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nivedita Manokaran and you're seeing me on Femarai. And today we will be talking about what is sex positivity and what is sex obsession, and how so commonly that we people who are sex positive are branded as sex obsessed. So I would like to clarify the difference between the two. Well, I think being sex positive does not necessarily mean that you're obsessed with sex. I think you're only accepting the fact that sex is happening and you're open to talk about things that are associated with it. Honestly, just because you're sex positive, it does not mean you're someone who's having a lot of sex or you're obsessed with sex at all. And I think the whole notion that the word sex is associated with the type of personality somebody is or the morale that somebody carries is a shame, actually, because you can be someone who's absolutely not having sex or not really into it but happy to talk about it or hear people talk about it. So I think that notion where we connect a person's personality or a person's morale with the word sex has to first change, and that kind of then changes the perspective of how people think that all people who are sex positive and talking about sex are actually sex addicts. So I think that idea would probably change, and it comes from the base of what was. Sex life is individual dependent, and it is actually a need. It is an urge that anybody after a certain point in puberty, when they've attained their puberty, can have the urge to have sexual needs, sexual feelings, or have sex itself, whether it's self pleasure or whether it's masturbation or whether it's sex itself. And that is a very, very normal feeling, and being able to do the feeling or being able to experience what you want to do or how you want to feel is again very, very, very important. So having sex or being sexually active, if anything at all, is a personal choice, and if you choose to do so, it's actually healthy. It's healthy to have a healthy sexual life and happy sexual life and feel contented, because sometimes if you want to do it and you feel like you want to do it and for whatsoever reasons you're not able to and you're holding on to it and you don't want to do it, kind of is associated with a lot of stress, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger even, and that is not good. That is definitely not good. So if you feel or have the urge to have sex, you should go for it, and that makes someone's life healthy, someone's mental health healthy, rather than holding back and holding on to it and feeling frustrated about it. Sex positive is being able to accept that it is something that is happening, being able to, gain your knowledge, knowing about things, and being able to talk to other people without any judgment, and able to address sexual needs or sexual, whatever that is, infections or problems. That is sex positiveness, is that you're out there able to appreciate this without any judgment. Sex addict is completely different. Sex addict, I think any kind of addiction is something that kind of disturbs your regular lifestyle. I have people always asking me, I masturbate every day, am I addicted to sex? And I would like to say masturbating every day is not actually addiction. If you're having sex with your wife or husband, you wouldn't actually even question yourself. Nobody says, I'm having sex with my husband or wife every day, is this addict? No, you feel like that's what you're meant to do. And it's the exact same thing with masturbation, right? You probably want to do it, and if you do it once a day, it's honestly not addiction, and it's really okay. Addiction is always something which is taking a lot of your normal life away from you. Like if you're spending more than necessary time on masturbating or seeing porn or whatever that is that you're doing, and it is kind of affecting either you, going to work, taking lessons or doing exams, or even socializing and meeting people. So when things start affecting other things that you do in life, then yes, then it's a worry, and then you have to worry about what's going on. Why am I spending so much time that I'm not happy to do anything else? Then you consider that as an addiction and you want to address as to what's going on because it's affecting your normal life. So I think that is completely different from being sex positive. That's a debatable question, I should say, because practicing celibacy is individual's choice. There is no good or bad about it. Like I said, people reach puberty very young, 12, 13 years of age. And if somebody wants to have sex, they can have sex. If somebody wants to practice celibacy till they get married and they want to have, their debut or their sex with the person that they get married, they're absolutely free to do that. It's a personal choice. There is no health benefit or anything like that. So considering that, probably women are not given an opportunity actually to talk about it openly or to, explore or learn more things about it. But I'm sure they are definitely, they will be masturbating. It's nice to, masturbate, and especially if they are low on, not being able to have sex before marriage, and if they want to, be, celibate before that and want to have sex only with the marriage, they're probably masturbating, and they're probably using they're gauging their own body, they're gauging their own pleasure. Actually sometimes that's what you have to do. That's what you are supposed to do, is gauge what is pleasurable for you and enjoy that, rather than, porn is just one other thing, that people do and tend to do, but that's not the only thing that is going to, arouse people or give pleasure. I think having insight that is what you're having is very important. Sometimes people may be spending a lot of time, whatever that is that they're doing, masturbating or watching porn or whatever that is, and they may not have insight to, that it is a problem. So the first step to actually going and getting help for any kind of addiction or sexual addiction is understanding that there is an addiction happening and what's going on. So insight is very important. And the second of all, I think there are a few people that you can actually talk to about this, and very importantly, I think, is your psychologist. You can find a psychologist to who you can go and actually open up and say and talk about, this is what's happening, what do you think? And I think psychologists are fantastic people who can actually go through things with you and actually help you out. And if they are unable to, there are definitely your doctors that you can go to and also talk to them about what's going on. But like any other addiction, I think having some amount of self-control and removing the things that are actually triggering the addiction is very important. I think it's a good idea to see what else you can actually replace or do. Like if you're not able to sleep, can you go for a run, or can you go to the gym? Just exhaust yourself a little bit more so that you can come and have a sleep. Kind of like going out or having a friend regularly around at that time, just trying to prevent that kind of a situation where then you're not tempted to do that is very important. And that's very important for any addiction, is to remove the source that actually is triggering you to do that, and giving you the opportunity to do that is very important. So with pornographic videos, I always tell people pornographic video is kind of like watching Superwoman or Avengers, and expecting, us to be like them, or, to fight battles or jump off the buildings. And, just absolutely that. It's like, how I tell my child, you cannot jump off a building with webs because you're not Spider-Man. And pornographic movie is like that. It's fake. So it's really a shame how people watch pornography and think that, that is how the body image is set up. That's how their body has to look like. She has a, flat tummy, curved butt, whatever that is. And all those things are setting up kind of false expectations to people normally, because in a normal setup, that's not exactly how it looks. So expecting that or wanting to be that in our real life is kind of unrealistic. So I think that's very important message both men and women have to take. And especially we are in an era of social media, where everybody is constantly portraying like there is butterflies in their life. But the truth is, there isn't. Everybody has their own bag of shit, and this is something I really want to tell people. Like, it appears like everybody is fantastic and your life is a complete tragedy, but to be honest, none of it is like this. The whole social media is a big hoax. Everybody's, the makeup is fantastic. Everybody's got a smile for another hour, and we're going to pull through this. But what each one of us go through in our lives is hard, and it's the same for every human being. So I just want to take a moment to tell all the women out there, love your body for what it is, and accept yourself for what it is, and enjoy yourself for what it is. Everything else that you're watching in social media or pornography is not real a lot of the times, and do not compare yourself to what you're watching 10 minutes on a screen. So thank you everyone. You're seeing me on Femerai, and I'll see you all again with something interesting. Bye.